Yes, by all means. Sir, have you seen the Holy Mother in Samadhi? Now, I was saturated with Sri Ramakrishna's that manifestation of spiritual excellence through the study of the Bhagavad Gita, the study of the Kathamrita, and through the study of Leela Prasanga, his background. So I had a concept that Sri Ramakrishna had tuned himself in such a manner as soon as he willed it. And at that level, sometimes he used to talk, sometimes he used to express his joy in dance, in music, and so on forth. And thereafter, an endless flow of matchless wisdom. That's why these books have come into being. With that as a background in my mind, I thought, why should my mother not be so? They must be in the same mold, they must be in the same pattern. That was the motive of my question. Sir, you were with the Holy Mother for so long. Sir, have you ever seen her in Samadhi? I asked once, no response. I asked twice, no response. And then I found a stamp of annoyance is showing in his face. I could make head and tail. Why that sign of annoyance? In spite of that, I asked him the third. And out he comes. In the most chastising manner, almost a rebuke and a scolding, he says, what do you think of my mother? You boy, a thoughtless person. He used two very, very derogatory words. They picked on it. He said, you are very proud of your education. You say you are well educated. You are absolutely a stupid ass. What do you think of my mother? Now look at the depth of attachment with the Holy Mother. What do you think of my Holy Mother? Is she an ordinary aspirant that achieving Samadhi is something wonderful? You stupid ass, don't you have this concept? She is Sakshat Mahamai, she is Sakshat Parameshwari, she is the giver of Samadhi. At her behest, the spiritual aspirants are blessed with that stage known as Samadhi. And you are equating her as an ordinary sadhika, whether she had Samadhi or not. Are you Murkha, you fool? She is the giver of Samadhi. Well, that was enough of a mouthful. But he was so excited, he could contain it later on. And this will be almost like a bombshell to you all. Who is she? After a while, he collected his breath and he told me, I understand why you asked this question. You are trying to compete with Sri Ramakrishna. You wanted to hear that the Holy Mother was at part. Now hear from me. It is she who is the cause of Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual excellence and its manifestation. She is Mahamai herself. Because of Mahamaya's blessings, Sri Ramakrishna had this excellence of manifestation of spiritual wisdom. She is the giver of Samadhi. She is the cause of Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual excellence and the capacity of manifestation. That is the first exposure that I had from a Swami who, through this incident, passed on his concept of who she is to a person who asked because he genuinely wanted to know who she is. And according to his limited concepts, going into Samadhi is an achievement of lifetime, and we see Guru Maharaj going into Samadhi every other moment. Why not my mother go? He appreciated that I was trying to see my mother, Sri Sarada Devi, at par with Sri Ramakrishna. That much he appreciated, but he did not appreciate that I have not a proper concept of what the divine consort of an incarnation is. And now I admit I had no concept. The concept of Parameshwari, just counterpart of Parameshwara, I didn't understand all that. I did not understand that Parameshwari and Mahamaya is giver of all this until and unless she permits, nothing happens. I didn't know all that. That was the first concept that was given over. Good enough, dear. We'll develop this idea a little later on. I will share with you 3 different incidents of my life, of which 2 was direct, and 1 was through the books. The second was Swami Sridharananda was my Guru. I happen to be unworthy though I am, blessed by him. One day there was an occasion when this point was in the air, as it were. The mother, something about mother's celebration was being talked about, and by that time it was decided that mother's celebration will be celebrated. At that time, I told Swami Sridharananda, Maharaj, I have a little difficulty in meditating on the Holy Mother at par with Sri Ramakrishna. How is it that I must meditate on both of them on my terms? Cannot be one, only one. He listened to me and he said, well, come, I will tell you an incident in my life. What is that incident in Virajanandaji's life? Virajanandaji was born at a time in such a family, in such a locality, he could have had several occasions an opportunity to see Sri Ramakrishna in his physical form. But somehow or other, he had seen Narendranath, he had seen all others, he never had an occasion to see Sri Ramakrishna in his physical form. And when at the age of 16 or 15, he left hearth and home and joined the Baranagar Mutt, immediately after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, And immediately after Swami has left on his wanderings in India, he came and joined another month, and Swami Ramakrishna took care of him, took him up as a trainee. Since that day, he was suffering from this sense of inadequacy or insufficiency, that I am such an unfortunate chap that having all this occasion, I have not been able to see Sri Ramakrishna in flesh and blood. And that agony and grief he nurtured in himself without speaking to anyone. Once, the Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi was staying in Nilambar Babu's house, Puranawat. And as Virajanandaji was the youngest of the lot, and as my mother was very bashful and was very withdrawn in presence of the direct disciples, so they decided that Kali Krishna, Virajananda, would be the right person to be handy to her and to be useful. And he was a young boy in his teens and a disciple of the Holy Mother. So he enjoyed Mother's company. He used to help her doing this, doing that. One day what happened, Swami Brahmanandaji sent for him and told him that a very important errand to be performed, and I will not believe anybody but you. You please go to Calcutta, you have to stay there for 3-4 days and bring back these important documents to me for my study. And by the way, before you leave, go and seek Holy Mother's permission and blessing and then leave her. So that old pent-up agony that I did not see Guru Maharaj, and now I am being asked to leave the Holy Mother for a few days. So he was a bit sad. But what can be done? What has to go on? The mission's activities have to be done. So he goes back to the Holy Mother and then finds he was standing at the door, and Holy Mother was facing this wall, sitting on her 2 feet, just like an Indian lady, and was doing some work. Her face was to the wall, and he was standing at the door, just like this. So he announced from there, "Look, Mother, I have to go to Calcutta for a few days." So Mother didn't respond. Then, all of a sudden, he thought, this is the right time to unburden his agony to the Holy Mother. You know, Mother, I had such an amount of occasion and opportunities, but unfortunate that I am, God forsaken that I am, I never could have Sri Ramakrishna's flesh. I could never see him in flesh and blood. How unfortunate I am. He was highlighting how unfortunate, God forsaken I am. I could not see him. As usual, these mothers, Swamiji, and these Israelite souls, I do not know what happens to them. They take quite some time to understand what is being said. Ma also did not reply. So he thought there is a distance, and he, out of reverence, is talking very slowly, very, very softly. He raised his voice. Mother, do you listen? I have a great abiding grief that unfortunate that I am, God forsaken that I am, I could not see him. No reply. So Virajanandaji says, I lost my cool. I am trying to unburden my agony, expecting a little sympathy from my mother, and the mother doesn't bother to listen. So just like a petulant child, he raised his voice and, Mother, do you listen to me or not? Then he sees Mother slowly and slowly on her feet, very deftly turning around. After a while he finds the mother is face to face with him, sitting at such a distance. He's there about 10 feet away. And then, with her left hand, she removed that veil vigorously out of her head. You know, her face was always covered. And in a very reprimanding tone, why are you accusing yourself as unfortunate and God-forsaken all the time repeatedly? Don't you realize you are seeing Him? Don't you realize you are seeing Him? Present continuing tense in English. This mother's demeanor, with a scolding attitude and a raised voice, absolutely shocked him. He was totally taken aback by the statement, why are you always cringing and crying and blaming yourself as unfortunate and God-forsaken? The literal Bengali word, ki nijeke abhaga abhaga durbhaga bolcho baba, tumi to takei dekcho. You are seeing Him, and Him alone, takei, emphasizing. After a while, Mother collected herself and told him, you are going to Calcutta. Rakhal has sent you for a very important errand. It's good for you. Go. I'll wait for you, my child. I'll wait for you. But Virajanandaji could not understand what did the Holy Mother mean by saying, you are seeing Him by unfolding her face. That was what haunted him. He walked out of his room, went to the ferry, and then took a boat. He had to go across the Ganga and then to Calcutta. And the midstream, he was still worrying, why did Mother say so? You are seeing Him. What does it mean? It was not clear to him what Mother meant. Look at that. And then, when he was in the midstream, that was the last place where you can have a glimpse of that house where Mother stays. So he very lovingly looked at that house, and to his utter surprise, he finds the Holy Mother standing in the corner of the veranda, totally visible to him, and raising her hand in blessing. And that spontaneous moment, Virajanandaji understood, it dawned onto his understanding, what did Mother want to impress upon me? That she and Sri Ramakrishna are inseparable, are not different, they are one and the same. Did she? As because he was away for a while, being Swami Vivekananda's disciple, You hammer away at everything. Be convinced rationally, then only accept. Otherwise, throw it out of the window. So he writes a postcard. Dear Mother, the other day, this was the conversation with you. Do you mean to say, Mother, that you wanted to sympathize with me and assure me that seeing him and seeing you and seeing the Divine Master is the same? Am I right? And the Mother replies, yes, my dear child, whatever you have thought is correct and right. Now, of all this dramatics, dear, remember one aspect. It dawned on to Virajanandaji that is it this what Mother meant? It dawned on to him when he saw Mother standing and blessing him. Mother gave that attitude to develop in Virajananda. Prior to that, it was not safe. So here are two incidents. Is she a Samanya Sadhika, an ordinary spiritual aspirant, that achieving Samadhi is an achievement and attainment? You stupid ass, she is a giver of Samadhi. And the spiritual excellence of Sri Ramakrishna happened because she ordained it. This is an idea that was put across to me. This is an idea by the Holy Mother herself put across to Virajananda. And let us see what that matchless Master Sri Ramakrishna